Hi, I'm Roy from Roy's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 2003 Dodge Dakota 4.7 liter automatic. Customer came in, says there's a noise coming from the driver's side rear brake. Also, there's some kind of burnt smell coming from it. So I jacked up the car and I tried to turn the tire. But when I turn this tire, it won't even move. It's like it's frozen. So I'm gonna be removing this tire to see what's going on. So we're going to be removing this caliper. There's two bolts right here. Okay, that could be a problem. The lining on the brake shoes came off. This is actually bonded, it's glued on. So it came off and somehow it must have binded inside the rotor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be replacing these emergency brake shoes with the hardware. These are the tools I'm gonna be using today to do this job. A pry bar, a rubber hammer, two different length flat tip screwdrivers, 10mm wrench, 1/2 inch impact, 21mm socket, water pump plier, ceramic grease, and some anti-seize. These are the parts I'm going to be using today to do this job. Okay, this is a rear emergency brake shoes, rear emergency brake hardware kit, and some brake clean. Okay, these brake shoes and the hardware kit comes for the two rear wheels. So I did the passenger side rear already. Nothing was wrong with it, but if you're gonna do one side, you always do two. Okay, first we're gonna be removing this spring. I'm gonna get a plier, grab it, and then pull it, and then take it off. Okay, we're gonna take off this star adjuster, remove it. Now we're gonna be removing these retainers. What I have to do is push this thing down, and this pin, you gotta slide it up and take it out. It's a little bit tricky. You can either use a screwdriver to push it down or a plier, whatever easier for you. And just okay, so there's another one on this side. Now we're going to be removing either side of the shoe. You're going to have to kind of like pull it. And remove it. Okay, I'm going to be cleaning up the backing plate with some brake clean. let it dry. Then I'm going to be putting some ceramic grease on the high spots. That's where the emergency brake shoes is going to contact. Put a little grease. Same on the other side. Put a little over here. A little bit on this side. Okay. So first I'm going to be lubricating this star adjuster that came in the kit. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting on the brake shoes, the emergency brake shoes, but I'm going to be using the original pin with the retainer because it's a lot easier to put this on than the one that comes in the kit. This one you just slide it on and then just slip it down and then it locks in, whereas the one that comes in the kit, it's a little different. You got to put it in, compress it, slip it in, and then turn it, and it's really hard to put on. So try use the old one. It's a lot easier. So first we're going to be putting on the shoes. I'll be putting on the spring first. And then we're going to have to put it on like that, and we're going to have to, this one I got to pull it and then hook it on. Okay, so now once you get it on, now we're going to be putting on the retainers, the hold down. So there's a hole back here. I can't stick my finger in the hole to push the pin out. So I'll just use the bolt, stick it in the hole to push the pin. If you had 3 hands, that would be good. It's a little hard, but you can do it. Same with the other side. Okay, we're going to be installing the star adjuster. So this slot right here, it goes right into this slot on the brake shoe. Now we're going to be installing the bottom spring. Okay, so when I was putting it together, this spring got caught on the top. So this spring got to be on the bottom. So what you can do is just pry it off and then make it go on the bottom. That's where you want the spring to go. So there's a star adjuster under here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be opening up the shoes to make it a little tighter. we're right now we're adjusting the shoes. Okay. You gotta kind of go by feel. This is really too loose, so I'm gonna have to expand the shoe out a little more. You just gotta keep doing that until you get a slight drag. Okay. That feels just about right. So what you can do now is step your emergency brake to see how far it goes down. Okay, going to step in your emergency brake. Shouldn't go down too far. That's pretty good. So we're going to be releasing it. Now we're going to be putting on the brake caliper. Okay, so I'm going to be putting some anti-seize around the hub. Then I'm going to be putting on some ceramic grease right on this hardware. Okay, so installing the rotor. Okay, putting on the caliper. Put a little anti-seize on the wheel stud. It's optional. So I'm going to be using my pry bar to lift up the tire.